So today there is a new chapter, and the chapter name is what? Work and energy. Okay, so work and energy chapter, which is chapter 11 from science of class 9. So before starting a chapter, we have to understand what is work. Okay, what is when a person is said to be work done. Okay, suppose a boy, reading suppose a boy is reading a book. Okay, and another boy is what? Cycling. Suppose that another boy is cycling. So when what happened? In general, both boy are working. One is reading and one is cycling. Okay, so these two are said to be work is done. That two boys are doing work. But in terms of science, is object and a person is said to be work is done. That suppose an object is doing work, that or work is done by that object, then in terms of science there are two conditions to be satisfied. First, the force should be applied. Force should be applied on an object. To work is done, the force should be applied. And secondly, when you apply the force over an object, there should be displacement. That means you have to change your seat, or you have to change your position. See, a boy is reading. No doubt, the boy is reading means he is working in general. But thing is what? He has not changed his position. He is still in the same position. So there is not any displacement. So in terms of sign, the boy is not working. Okay, but another boy is cycling. That means he is applying the force over on the pedal of the bicycle. Also the cycle is moving. That means he is changing his position. That is, the displacement is occurring there. So at that time you can say that the boy is working. Okay, so we come to know that in terms of science, when a work is said to be done, if there is a force is applying over the object and there should be a displacement. Okay, so now how to write this? See, so work done is defined as a force into displacement. That is, work done is defined as a what? Force into displacement. So unit of work done, this is always 1 joule. This is said to be 1 joule. The unit of work done is always joule. Okay, now we may be asked in exam, we may be asked a question that define 1 joule. You may be asked that define 1 joule. So how to define 1 joule? Work done 1 joule. Okay, to get this 1 joule, you have to give the answer like that. When 1 Newton force is applied, over an object or by the object on another object, and make displacements of 1 meter, then there is said to be 1 joule is work is done. Okay, so when 1 Newton force is applied over an object and make a displacement of 1 meter, then there is said to be 1 joule of work is done. Okay, so now we have another thing. See, if the force is applying in this direction, suppose you are pulling a cart. So when you pull the cart, you are applying the force towards you. Okay, that means suppose you are standing here, so you will apply the force towards you, and the cart will also move towards you. Okay, that means in this case the work is done and the applying force both are on the same direction. Or suppose you are pushing a cart, then cart will go away from you and you are also applying the force against you, that is against your direction. So when the work done and the force applying direction is same, then this is said to be then this unit always positive. Okay, if the force and work done direction is not same, that is they are different, then this unit always negative. Okay, so next we have another thing. So the next term is what? Energy. So how it is defined? The energy is defined by the capacity of doing work. So energy is defined as a what? Capacity of doing work. See, suppose there is a two person, say person A and person B. Okay, okay. So consider that A is a thin boy. A is a thin boy, and B is healthy boy. Okay. By depending upon their outward appearance, by depending upon their looks, we decided that A is a thin boy and B is a healthy boy. Okay. So now thing is what? If you suggest them to do a work, suppose you tell them to run a field. Suppose you tell them to run a field. Suppose you tell them to run. You tell them to run. Okay. Suppose A run 1 kilometer. A run continuously for 1 kilometer and B run continuously for suppose 800 meters. Okay. Now clearly you can see that A was a thin boy but he can cover 1 kilometer. B was healthy but he can cover only 800 meters. So our concept become what? Our concept become wrong. That depending upon their outward appearance, we cannot justify whether the person is person have more energy or less energy. That means in terms of science, the energy is always depend upon their ability to perform or their capacity to do a work. The boy A have more capacity to run as compared to boy B. That's why you can say, though the boy A is thin, but you can say that A have more energy as compared to B. Okay. So this is the concept of energy in terms of science. Now see, the energy is defined. How energy is defined? So energy, it is categorized into two parts. One is kinetic energy. This is kinetic energy and this is potential energy. See here, suppose a bike is moving or a car is moving. Okay. So the car and bike is supposed to be moved. At that time the car and bike is supposed to be moved. So that time what will be happen? If you are asked that what is the energy required, then you have to say that kinetic energy. Why? Because this energy is needed for a moving object. So energy possessed by a body to remain at motion is called kinetic energy. Okay, and this is denoted by EQ, and the formula is what? Half mv squared. Next we have potential energy, which is, suppose you are staying at your house and your house supposed to be remain at rest. Do you want your house to be moved? No, obviously not. So that any earthquake or any cyclone, whatever it is happening, your house supposed to be remain at rest. So that type of energy to remain at rest is known as potential energy, and this is denoted by EP, and the formula of find this mgh. Okay, there will be derivation of these two formula and I will give you. So here m means mass of the object and v means velocity. Here m means mass, g means acceleration due to gravity, and h means what? What is the height? What is the height and what is the distance? Okay, so h means height here. Okay, so these are the form of energy. But so, as like work done, the energy unit is also joule. The energy unit is also joule. Okay, so next we have another topic. This is about law of conservation of energy. Like the momentum, the energy also can neither be created nor destroyed. Suppose you are starting your day from your home, so that time you need some energy, so you get the energy from where? That time you take your breakfast. Okay, so as a breakfast means what? You are taking food, so you are getting the energy from the food. So energy was stored in the food and you take them. Then after some hours, again when you are busy in your work, that time what will happen? You become again hungry. That means what? Your energy has gone. That is where it is gone. It is gone to the surrounding, our surrounding. Why? Because you are doing work now, so your energy is lost now. So means what? You are getting, again you are throwing it. That means you are not creating anything or you are not destroying anything. This is called energy. That's why called energy can neither be created nor destroyed, and these are the law of conservation of energy. Okay, next we have rate of doing work. Rate of doing work, which is known as power. Power, you know this word very familiar to all of you. So power means what? You know that that person have more power, that person have less power. That means what? In terms of science, it is defined as what? Rate of doing work. That means work done divided by time. How many time you need to do this work? Suppose to complete a work, one person they take 20 days, same work, okay, and the another person take 10 days. Then here the time is less, so work is same. So obviously you can say that here the time is less, that means this value, the power value will be greater. As the power value will be greater, so you can say that the person who take 10 days to complete the work is have more power as compared to the person who is taking 20 days. Okay, now one more thing, the unit of power, the power unit is always watt, and in general we are using the unit as a kilowatt. For our advantage, we take this unit as a kilowatt. Okay, so also in commercial unit of energy, which is written as a kilowatt hour. Commercial kilowatt hour, that means how many kilowatt you are spending in an hour. Okay, so we learn about this, about what? Work done. Then we have learned about energy, and we learn about the form of energy, and also we learn about the unit of energy and work done. Then also we learn about the power. Okay, so that's all for today. Okay, thank you.